From comic books to TV shows and all things loved by nerds, we'll share just how we rate them from our favorites to the worst. Poking fun at toxic fandom, so we'll kick this into gear and see what's on the list today. Let's discuss some toxic tears.
Tell me how you're feeling. And we'd go, fantastic, terrific, great, oh yeah, strong juice, baby sucker, I feel wonderful, right on, right on, right on, juice, 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 juice. I feel great, ooh, wah, wah, let's kick some ass, Who's number one? We are. Who's number two? Who gives a fuck?
Well, we're moving on now. To the east side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. There ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie.
Hello, and welcome to Toxic Tears. First annual, or first ever, Toxic Tears Horror Bracket Challenge. Brandy and I have picked 64 of what we think are the best horror films of all time, and we're going to have them compete head-to-head NCAA bracket style. But speaking of that, I've got a very special guest. We threw Rob to the curb, and we have a new host with us for this week, who guest hosted last week. By the way, our highest rated show. We have... It's Brandy Cochran. Brandy, say hi. She's the wonderful woman, cosplayer, mom, marathon runner. So you just got done with a, what was the last marathon you did, Brandy?
I did a half marathon back at the beginning of October.
And what is a half marathon? How many miles?
13.1 miles.
Wow.
Yep.
And didn't you just do the mud run with your son?
Yep.
Yep,
We did
twice.
the mud run. That was 3.1 miles. It was just a 5K, 3.1 miles. You do it mostly for the mud.
Yeah. But yeah, Brandy's been, how long have you been doing the marathon run? For like a year now?
I started training for the marathon back in May of this year. I've been running for about a year.
Wow, okay.
Yep.
So she truly is Wonder Woman, guys. She truly is Wonder Woman. I'm so glad Brandy joined us. Brandy is, if you see her in the comments, she's always giving Rob a hard time, but always giving us some very good input. So I thought this would be exciting to have her. Plus, Rob is at the pet adoption event, right, Brandy?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. He's actually doing the camp killer thing, isn't he?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome. All right. Well, without any further ado or gilding of the lily, we're going to look at these films. Now, we're not doing like we normally do. We're not going to show trailers because we have 64 of these. We want to get them done within 90 minutes if we can. What we're going to do is I'm going to do a quick intro of each movie. Then I'm going to get Brandy's take. I'll give my take, and then the arduous task of figuring out which one beats which one. The first round is very technical, very much head-to-head, as I told Brandy earlier. It's based on how close the films are together, if they're the same genre. I try to get as close as possible. Some of them are a little off. And we didn't include a lot of kaiju movies. So there are kaiju movies missing, Godzilla and so forth. Maybe we'll do a bracket challenge on that separately, but this is just straight kind of horror,
Right.
even though kaiju could be classified as horror. after that, it gets tough. Then it's going to go strictly subjective because then you're going to have movies that have nothing to do with each other competing against each other. So, couple rules that we have. Please comment. We want you to comment, but we don't want you to do one thing, and that's...
Don't be a dick. Don't be an asshole. Just be nice. You don't have to be that guy. Show some respect. Just be a person. Love one another. You don't need a reason why. Don't be a dick.
So don't be a dick. And if you don't know what a dick is, take biology. But if you don't know how not to be a dick on social media, you shouldn't be on social media. So challenge us, tell us where we're off and all that, but keep all the dicky comments to yourself. If you do act out, we will block you. This is not a democracy; it's a benevolent dictatorship. So. All right, so yeah, and on these, I think Brandy and I have seen about 95% of these. Brandy, what would you say?
Same. I've seen 95%, if not 100%. I may have seen them all.
Yeah. Brandy's a much more of a horror buff than I am, by far. So, all right, so our first two, Brandy, let's start off our two zombie films, and I picked these because these to me are the zombie films that actually have what I feel is true character development, real deep story. We're competing 28 Days Later, which has become an icon as far as the horror movies. Did it introduce the fast-moving zombies?
It did not. I had researched that. I can't remember what was the first movie, but it was long before 28
It was,
Days Later.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it might have been Return of the Living Dead.
No, because they were kind of slow.
Oh, they were slow too?
I
Okay.
feel like they were slow.
Oh, maybe I don't know when the Crazies came out. I know the Crazies were like
yeah,
that too.
and I can't remember, but it was quite a while before that one.
Right.
'Cause I thought that it was the one that launched the fast movie zombies, but it wasn't.
Right. Train to Busan, which Brandy suggested. This one, again, fast-moving zombies, very claustrophobic. It happens on the subway.
Right.
But what I like about that
Or
film...
like a bullet train.
Yeah. And what I like about the film is the dynamic between the father-daughter.
Yes.
You don't see many stories anymore where the dad is the hero. It really is sad. So to watch the dad kind of protect the little girl and come up with ways to avoid these monsters is fantastic. Right. So you're basically... These movies are pretty much equal on technical ability. They both look great. They're well edited, well directed, well acted. Brandy, what is your pick on these two?
I like the storyline of Train to Busan better.
Give us a little background on what the Train to Busan is about.
So it's a dad and a daughter, and they're on the train, and then there's that's oversimplifying it. There's a zombie outbreak. So the whole time, basically a girl gets on the train that has the virus, and they're on the train, and then she mutates, and these are fast moving zombies, and they take out people like crazy. So then people on the train get infected, so they're trying to move to cars to keep away from the infected, and you see some de-evolution of humans.
Yeah.
So that's
so it's kind of like The Walking Dead, where the zombies aren't the only bad guys.
They get to a train station, and it's just a whole thing. I don't want to give too much away because it's not new, but it's new enough. Yeah.
That reminds me, by the way, guys, there will be
Yes.
spoilers. Be aware, there will be spoilers. So just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. All right, go ahead.
So I was going to say, the fun thing about Train to Busan is there's supposed to be an English version coming soon.
Oh, is there?
Like, when I say soon, maybe like a couple years. They're supposed to be doing a
like an Americanized, westernized version,
America, yeah.
Which is sad because normally when they do that, the movie sucks.
Right, they're gonna mess it up.
Now, I'm correct about 28 Days Later. I haven't seen it in a long time. There's two sequels with a third one coming out, but this is where it's a military virus that is spread through blood.
Right.
But I specifically remember the crow scene where the blood gets in the guy's eye.
Yeah.
And the infection takes hold very fast.
Yes.
These are fast-moving zombies.
And like you said, very similar to the Train to Busan zombies.
Right, and
as
it has...
far as the speed.
Yeah, and it has that scene with the guy who leaves his family at the cabin at the end, or is that the sequel?
I'm trying to think.
I think that might be the sequel.
I think that might be the sequel.
Okay. So, Brandy, what would your pick be for this one?
Oh, Train to Busan.
I agree.
Oh, you do?
I
Oh,
love.
I'm
I love
so
the father. Yeah, I
surprised.
love the father-daughter element. I absolutely love the father-daughter element. Again, it's a hard one because they look great. They're frightening. They really do kind of bring back instead of just the gore of zombie films, it gives you that thriller aspect.
It does.
So,
and for people who are looking for gore, there's plenty of it, but it definitely has a very solid storyline. And if you look at any, like best zombie movies ever, it's right up there with 28 Days Later, and the other zombie movie. Zombie movies. Yeah.
That's what I need to do one episode where we just rate zombie movies.
I know, there's so many.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot. Okay, so our next two is Event Horizon and Hellraiser. So this was a tough one to place because Event Horizon's basically a Lovecraftian style haunted house in space.
Right.
And so it's hard to match it up. I didn't want to put up against the haunted house movies because there are haunted house movies that are more equalized.
Yeah.
But the ship goes to hell and comes back. I don't care what the argument is from people, but the ship goes to hell and comes back.
I agree.
So I thought, Hellraiser? Hellraiser is what is that? What is the configuration called? Do you remember?
Oh gosh, it's the cube.
Yeah, what's the cube called though? It's the something configuration.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't even think about it. But that when they mess with the puzzle box, it brings the Cenobites, which are from hell.
Right.
And there's the crossover between pleasure and pain. There is a scene in Event Horizon that shows hell very much Cenobite-esque. Mm-hmm. They actually cut that scene down to 30 seconds. It was like 3 minutes long. And just the 30 seconds makes you want to vomit.
Oh, yeah. I think
really
Event Horizon in general makes you want to vomit.
Yeah. Event Horizon is one of the best horror films ever made, but it's a one and done. You watch it once, you're good. You're not going to watch it with your friends all the way.
I agree. Like, you watch it and you're like, ugh, it gives you the ick.
Yeah, you're not going to watch it again.
Yeah.
Hellraiser's different. I think Hellraiser you could watch with your friends on occasion because it's got Pinhead, and where Event Horizon doesn't really have that iconic baddie until the Doctor becomes bad.
Right.
And I don't think Event Horizon doesn't even have a hopeful ending. You don't know if they got out of it.
I don't know if does Hellraiser have a...
Well, she escapes, right? The girl escapes. I think the girl escapes.
It has been a while since I've seen Hellraiser.
I think the girl escapes. I think the daughter, the daughter stops it from happening.
Yeah.
What's your call on this one, Brady?
I would go with Hellraiser.
Really?
I know. I'm gonna have to defer to you on this one.
No, because this one's tough because the Pinhead character is so iconic. And by the way, Pinhead is not in. He's in the books, but he's not actually called Pinhead. Okay. He's actually kind of an off the side Cenobite. I think there's a more female or female looking character that is the actual main character in the books.
Okay.
So the only reason I say Event Horizon is it's just such an amazingly made space haunted house with the hell aspect. You don't know how it ends. Would you be upset with me if I said Event Horizon?
No, because I think there's an argument to be made that Event Horizon is a more watchable movie from the start. You just don't.
Oh yeah, because it's got that alien kind of feel to it in the beginning.
Yes, when you get it, you can sit down and watch it. Like Hellraiser's great, but I don't think it's aged as well.
It hasn't. It was Clive Barker's directorial debut after the Rawhead Rex debacle. But the reason why Event Horizon is like Hellraiser meets Aliens.
Yeah.
And it's just so well made. And the set design is phenomenal. I do think production value is better. Storytelling is better. And Brady's right. In Hellraiser, you get that one kind of hell scene that goes very fast, but then you get a lot of Final Destination stuff. You have to really like the whole Cenobite idea of people being like tortured for pleasure.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. That's cool. Okay. So far, too, Train to Busan and Event Horizon. Next up, the Hitcher verse I Know What You Did Last Summer. I really didn't want to match these two up because I wanted...
I mean, you got to match them up, though. They're not all going to be tit for tat.
Well, the reason why is because the Hitcher's about C. Thomas Howell's character picking up Rutger Hauer, who's a serial killer, and everything going crazy. I Know What You Did Last Summer is these kids think they kill someone, and it comes back to haunt them.
Yeah.
So it is somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Hitcher to me is a flawless movie. It's one of the best. It's in my top 20. I Know What You Did Last Summer. you said this, Brandy, which I thought was wise. It was part of the revamp of horror in the 90s. Scream,
Right.
I Know What You Did Last Summer, all those kind of brought back the
Right.
horror
And
genre.
then Urban Legend.
Kind of give me your thoughts on both those two films. What you're
So-
thinking?
So, I think most everybody knows The Hitcher is a great movie. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I actually added that one to the list because it did rejuvenate the 90s horror era, or it was kind of on the coattails of Screams, but it was in
Yeah.
that group that kind of brought horror back.
Did you say it was the same screenwriter, right?
It's the same screenwriter. I think it's a good movie. I think it's got a good story, good ending. Not a good ending, but a good ending. So that's why I put it in there. And then just wanting a horror movies in the 90s was a thing.
Yeah.
And then also it had Sarah Michelle Gellar, which didn't hurt. You know, she was big on Buffy and the Vampire Slayer, you know. So,
It kind of rode her coattails.
Yes.
I think
That- yeah.
Brandy said it's not a knockoff of Scream, but it's definitely like Scream is definitely what created it.
predecessor. Yeah, absolutely.
If you put Scream up against this film, it would not. It would not win.
No.
Hitcher for me is Rutger Hauer's best performance besides Blade Runner. I don't know, Brandy. What do you think? Do you think
Hitcher.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So far, not bad.
I know we're not arguing.
All right, so this one's going to be tough.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a kaiju, so I'm thinking I wanted to do Alien Invasion.
Okay.
So I did Cloverfield, which is the only POV movie I enjoy,
Right.
versus A Quiet Place, which I think is fantastic. I think though the concept is one and done because the whole cool thing about the concept is very little noise, even in the movie, which I thought was brilliant. You have to emote, you have to kind of create this fear
Right.
without dialogue, exposition. They did a great job of kind of glancing at where the monsters came from in the newspaper articles. Cloverfield brought back the big monster movie. Absolutely a love letter to Godzilla. The acting was good. Of course, with POV movies, you got to give some. You have to suspend some disbelief because no one's going to keep holding a camera.
Right.
I think The Quiet Place is better acted. I think it's more. It's more mature as far as mature writing and stuff. But they
Right.
both look beautiful. It's hard to put a POV against a regular film, but for me, Quiet Place, writing, directing, acting, phenomenal. Cloverfield was just so cool. It has a coolness factor, and I love the marketing campaign.
Right.
What's your thoughts on those, Brent?
Well, so when I first saw Cloverfield, I saw it when it came out. When did it come out? Was it late
hold on, let me
late
find-
90s, early 2000s?
I'll find out for you.
I did not like it because I felt like it was very Blair Witch, you know, the point of view, the found footage kind of thing. I've grown to like the found footage
2008.
more. Oh, 2008, yeah. So over the last 17 years, I guess I've grown to like the found footage. So I watched it again recently, and I actually liked it a lot. So I would rank it over The Quiet Place. I like The Quiet Place, but I think it's a one and done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cloverfield could build the whole. And they tried. 10 Cloverfield Lane is amazing.
Yeah.
The Cloverfield paradox is a lot of shit. It's a good made for streaming horror movie. I don't even know if it's horror. It's more science fiction.
Right.
10 Cloverfield Lane took it in a whole different direction, which I love. They did a great job. You can't do much more with The Quiet Place.
Right.
So I agree with that. I think Cloverfield beats it. My wife would kill me because she loves that movie. All right. So body horror, our first one. The remake of The Blob and The Thing.
Yeah.
So The Thing, everyone knows. John Carpenter's classic. It bombed at the box office, got a huge cult following. I think it's Carpenter's best movie. All-star cast, Kurt Russell, alien life form. And it really is, to me, the ultimate doomsday life form because every piece of it is a new creature. So if that got out to the public, we're doomed.
And you can't tell what it is.
Right.
There's
the
virtually
paranoia.
no way.
Yeah.
To tell who's who.
It definitely picks up off the alien paranoia thing.
Yep.
The Blob, the remake,
It's so hard.
I know. The Blob remake was really good because the first one is classic, but
Yeah, what was it, 50s?
yes,
The original
yes.
cut? Yeah.
And it was more left the imagination. This one just gets you right in the face, and the effects are insane.
Yeah, I think that the Blob is arguably one of the best remakes ever.
I agree.
You know, it's very seldom that you get a remake that's such a good show,
Yeah.
film. Yeah.
Yeah, this is tough because The Blob is really good. Acting wise, I think The Thing beats it. I think practical effects wise, I do think they're both equal.
I do too.
Story wise, and also The Thing is a remake. Remember, The Thing is a remake.
It is. Okay.
It's
I
from a
didn't know-
1950s
I
movie
didn't know
called
it was
The Thing from Another World, Giant Carrot.
Okay.
I think it was whoever played Marshall Dillon. I lost his name, but he played The Thing.
Okay.
So I'm going. The Thing is one of my favorite movies. So I'm kind of hard with this one, but
Yeah.
I don't know, Brandy. What do you think, pound for pound?
So it's tough. When I first watched The Thing, I did not like it just because I had such high expectations. And I first watched it maybe a year ago. And then I rewatched it recently and I appreciated it more because I knew what it was. So I do like it, but I think I would prefer The Blob, and mostly just because I'm a big 80s person, but 80s, and like you get full on 80s with The Blob.
Right, yeah, you do. Yeah, but the thing is, I do agree with you. I think it is the best remake. I do think The Thing is a bit better movie, but I do think The Blob, that is one, and they're making it again too.
I think if you polled 100 people, 80 would say The Thing.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be, so The Thing is going to be my buy, so you're going to get a buy here.
Okay.
'Cause that's
it.
fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, next up, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which people think is very gory, but it's actually not. Based on a true story. I think it's based off of Ed Gein, right? I'm saying that right?
it is.
Black Christmas.
Okay, gotcha.
So
gotcha.
it was 1974, which
Right.
means it predates Jason and Michael.
Correct. Yeah. And so there's a sorority house. It's at Christmas time, obviously. A lot of the people have went home for Christmas, so there's a few straggler girls left, in the house, mom. They're getting prank phone calls. One girl goes missing, but nobody seems to be too worried about it. They just think that she left campus for the holidays. And it does the whole slasher thing where, one person's getting picked off after another until it eventually, gets to the final girl.
Yeah, and I think it is the first slasher. I think
this is a beloved horror movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, again, based off Ed Gein, about it started the whole redneck cannibal killer
Which I
family
do not
thing.
like.
I don't like that. I think a lot of people who live in the South don't appreciate that.
Right.
But it was Tobe Hooper's first film. Definitely creepy, and the shooting conditions were awful. And the scene where she's at the table when they're like the whole family's there,
Right.
they said that the heat was over 100 degrees, and all that grime and sweat you see.
Yeah.
And he deliberately did that to really make all of the actors like
Super
irritated and
uncomfortable,
all
yeah.
that. So yeah, I'm gonna let you pick this one, Brendan, because I think they both have iconic status. Texas Chainsaw Massacre spawned feels like a million sequels.
It did.
And reboots.
I've never liked Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I do not like it. So it's going to be Black
Okay.
Christmas.
And
Yeah.
I don't
And
disagree with that.
they're both high-ranked movies, so that's.
But
not
this
gonna
is the
be-
mother.
yeah.
I always say that Michael launched 1,000 machetes, but really it was this. That was the
Correct.
first slasher. Okay, this is the really tough one. I hate
It
Rob's going to
is.
miss this one. The Howling versus American Werewolf in London. And the funny thing is, the guy who started the effects on The Howling left that to go over to American Werewolf in London and perfected the effects. So the transformation effect, I know they look similar, but I do think the American Werewolf in London one is better, but it's kind of unfair because he left it. But we've got bipedal werewolves versus quadrupedal werewolves, so definitely different there.
Right.
The whole different type of werewolf. The Howling is more of she goes to a cult
Yeah.
and all that, where American Werewolf is your typical Wolfman story.
Right.
It's basically an update of the Wolfman story. So the Howling is somewhat more original because it does take the werewolf idea, but it does something different with it, where American Werewolf in London is pretty much the Wolfman.
Sticks to the whole Wolfman trope.
Effects, I think American Werewolf has a slight edge, but I will say that when I first saw it, I'm like you, where you say the first time I saw it, I thought the werewolf looked terrible, the finished product.
Yeah. That was American Werewolf.
Yeah, I thought
London,
I thought the finished product looked terrible compared to the Werewolves in the Howling. But as I've gotten older, I appreciate the American Werewolf more because I like the story, I like the characters. The Howling, you like the characters, but they're a little bit more like slasher characters. They're not as fleshed out. Yeah, and of course the other thing about the American Werewolf in London, the love story is so Disney. Because she falls in love with him like right away.
It is. She's the nurse, right?
Yeah.
She's the nurse, and then it's just like instant that they're together and they're like madly in love. I thought that took away from it a bit.
It made it.
Yeah.
I know they were going for a little bit of camp, but
Right.
I do like the lore change where the victims kind of haunt, and really the actor who plays his best friend is one of the highlights of the film.
Right.
The Howling, they actually did. I tell Rob this. The scene where I think it's the husband making love to the main wolf, female wolf.
Okay.
They animated that. It's actually an animation.
Oh wow! Now that's one I haven't seen in a long
Yeah.
time. The Howling. I watched American Werewolf in London
Yeah.
in the last month, but I have not seen The Howling in probably 20 years. So I just don't remember it as well.
And I do like the serial killer element in The Howling, where that's where she starts. It's Dee Wallace too, who's amazing.
Right.
This is a tough one. I would say if you were just going by logistics, American Werewolf in London is a bit of a better product, but I got to tell you, I think The Howling's more fun to watch.
Okay.
What do you
and
think?
I'm gonna have to defer to you because it's been so long since I've seen The Howling.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure. I think that American Werewolf in London would be my pick, but I'm
Yeah,
just
I
not
agree.
100%
I think
sure. Okay.
I hate doing it, but
Yeah.
I do. So, all right, we go to one of the creature features, and one's on land and one's inside. I really.
Why?
So, Tremors is more of a horror
so
comedy.
good.
Tremors was inspired by Jaws,
makes me
like
sad.
land shark. Yeah, there's actually I feel like Blood Beach inspired Tremors. You remember Blood Beach, where the thing comes up from the ground and sucks people down the
I
sand?
don't even think I've ever heard of
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
it's
that's
an
crazy.
obscure, but
Okay.
Tremors is the creature effects are amazing, much more comedic. Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward,
Right.
amazing in it. Spawned several sequels. Michael Gross has pretty much been the lead. Not scary, more fun.
Right.
But it is a terrifying concept of being on land and not knowing where it could feel you where you're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Jaws, absolute classic. Even though the shark didn't work, I will say that the Tremors worms worked better than Bruce.
Yeah. But I would say that this shark in the 80s worked. It's two different, it's a decade later with
Right.
Tremors. So,
Well, and he did enough. He did enough where you didn't see the shark that it made it more terrifying.
right.
And Tremors never caused the panic that after Jaws there was an actual hatred for sharks. Couldn't go in the water, kind of scared feeling.
I mean, just think about that, having a shark, because there are sharks in the water. There are big sharks in the water.
Right.
And it's on the 4th of July weekend. Yeah, I can imagine.
and it's also more realistic. I mean, you're
Yeah,
dealing
it
with something
is.
that could actually kill you,
is.
as opposed to a prehistoric worm or space worm. I don't think they ever determine what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna admit this. I don't know if you ever did, Ray. When I was a kid, after I saw this,
Mm-hmm.
I always, when I went in the pool, you always check around the pool like a friggin' shark would be in a pool.
Right, exactly, because you're in the water. So.
Right. I say Jaws. What do you say, Brandy?
I say Jaws, but I hate that Tremors gets out so early.
Yeah, me too.
It makes me sad, but it's fine.
Yep. Well, then you think that one's bad?
Yep.
Wait, the next one comes up.
I know.
Halloween versus Friday the 13th.
Oh my gosh.
The first film. Again, guys, Jason is not in Friday the 13th till the very end, and he's a kid.
Yeah.
And I think it's a dream sequence.
Oh, this is
too.
the original.
Yeah, the original.
Oh, good.
Michael Myers, I truly believe, is what catapulted the slasher franchise.
I agree.
He was scary because he was the guy next door.
Yeah,
Like the
and
mask.
he was silent. I mean,
Right.
there are a lot that are silent, but yeah, he was silent. And the music in Halloween
Absolutely amazing.
was
Yeah,
what
Carpenter.
It built the tension. There's not a lot of gore, if any. I don't
No.
even know if there's any.
No. Very little.
So Halloween was. I mean, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's Carpenter's for me his second best film. But you're right; they relied more on the tension,
Yeah.
and the characters and the thriller aspect as opposed to gore, which changed dramatically with I think Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yes.
Friday the 13th was also original because it was the bait and switch, where the serial killer was much more gory.
Yes.
The kills were much more extravagant. I think Kevin Bacon's death scene, and yes, Kevin Bacon's in that film.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon's death scene. We just had a Kevin Bacon film too.
I know. I was gonna say it was in
9
Tremors,
Degrees
too.
of Kevin Bacon. I think that's one of the most respected or most iconic death scenes with the knife through the throat. So yeah, and Michael Myers kind of coined the slow-moving killer who just happens
Yes.
to be there, the guy who can't die. He was human before they ruined everything with the supernatural elements of them. It was just, you never knew where he was going to be, and every time you and I think he also brought, he may have been the first one that brought you have to kill the bad guy 3 times.
Yeah.
Rob's gonna get mad if we don't pick.
I know.
I only reason I think Friday the 13th is also a classic. I think it's a GOAT, the original. But Halloween is so good.
I think you have to choose Halloween.
Yeah, I do too.
And it, the good thing is with the Friday the 13th, it doesn't have Jason in it.
No.
So, and going back to Friday the 13th, I think, and I feel like this one's been out long enough that we can give a spoiler. With the Friday the 13th, it's probably one of the first female, slashers.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yes, I think, and it was there was no way you knew that was going to happen.
Oh no, nobody saw that coming.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I think it's still a GOAT. Yep. All right, vampire movies, 30 Days of Night, which is one of the most vicious, feral vampire movies out there, and Near Dark, which I think is one of the best, if not the best, vampire movie. I think it's Bill Paxton's best movie, Lance Henriksen's best movie. We talked about this, me and Rob, in the last show. Again, basically for the Near Dark, a vampire clan, turn a guy. He's with them. They're very violent. It's almost like Mad Max style vampires. Okay. And then in the end, of course, the guy realizes I can't be a vampire, and he tries to save the girl he's in love with and all that. There's a kid in it that doesn't age, like a little kid who's actually 300 years old. 30 Days of Night is an Alaskan town. They use the thing of, how Alaska has that full 30 days of darkness, and the vampires come and attack this town. That hopeless feeling of, is anyone going to escape? The townspeople get turned. It's got amazing performances. They both are visually stunning, although I think Near Dark is a little more avant-garde. What's your thoughts, Brandy?
So I think that Near Dark is the only one on here that I haven't seen. Now, some of them I haven't seen in a while, but I think that that's probably the only one I haven't seen. I did like 30 Days, but I can't really compare them. And who was the director of Near Dark?
It was directed by Catherine Bigelow.
Yes. So she wanted to do a Western.
Right.
And Westerns were not popular during the time. So she's like, well, I'll make a vampire Western. And she got it,
And it's for me, it feels more like a Road Warrior movie more than a Western, but I could see the Western impact of it.
And I think that's the one reason of the movies on the list I didn't watch this one is because when I heard Western, I was like, eh. Yeah. But if it's more, Mad Max style, then that sounds better. 30
Days of Night is actually based off of a 2002 comic book miniseries. Okay. I like Near Dark better, Brandy, but...
And I'm good with that.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I'm fine with that.
But that's a tough one. It really is, because I think they're both really solid and they make vampires scary.
Yeah.
Which I love. All right. Evil Dead versus Cabin in the Woods. So the reason why I put these two together, Brandy, is they both
cabins.
Yeah, well that, but also they both kind of changed the horror genre.
Okay.
Evil Dead with the Deadites and adding in the really gross humor.
Yep.
And Cabin in the Woods kind of turning the whole horror movie up on its head with the kids brought there to experiment with by this clandestine company or organization that is keeping the old ones from destroying the earth.
I was going to say, it's more than just a company. It's like saving the world from being destroyed. We don't really know, but it's something bad's going to happen.
Right, and it has all the, what I love about it is when they get down to they actually get the organization, the two that escape, because it's all the tropes. It's the jock, the slut, the virgin, the toad.
I'm sorry, they give them some sort of medicine to make them into the tropes if they don't already fit.
The hair dye and the blonde, the pheromones, all that. Because they're all, when they start off, they're all just normal people, and they start fulfilling tropes. And I think the reason why the stoner didn't get affected because he was doing drugs, and that drugs counteracted. But I don't think, I wonder, did they ever say that the girl really wasn't a virgin? I think she wasn't a virgin.
I think that they were just working with what they had.
Right, because she had sex with a professor or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Sigourney Weaver makes a really cool cameo. But what I love about Cabin in the Woods is I love all the monsters at the end that get released, because they're monsters from every possible horror film. And there's Deadites in it too.
Right.
But Evil Dead, I mean, low budget, scary, brought us Ash, who has become one of the biggest horror icons. Because you can't really make a sequel to Cabin in the Woods.
No.
And it brought us multiple sequels, a TV series, a comic book series. What's your thoughts on this one, Brandy?
This is tough, but I mean, it's not that tough. I think Evil Dead has to win.
Despite the fact that Cabin in the Woods is against any other film,
trailblazer.
Cabin in the Woods
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
been, but Evil Dead, you can't. It's the granddaddy.
Yep. it
And
is.
launched Sam
And I
Raimi's
think that we
career.
would be boycotted if we didn't say evil.
Right.
I mean,
Right. It's also Stephen King's one of Stephen King's favorite movies.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is great.
Yeah. So, all right. So this was a pretty equal
These are so
Return of the Living Dead. No, I really made these. Return of the Living Dead, which I think is the first comedy zombie
Yeah.
movie, but it's also equally scary and gross. And it's the first time I think they had smart zombies, and the zombies were like having a party. I always feel like it's like the zombies like instead of being mindless, they're all kind of like cool with each other, and like, this is what we do.
And they are like, when the police gets there, they're like, send more police
Yeah,
officers.
send more
It's
paramedics,
so
yeah.
funny. Send more paramedics.
Right, and it also
You know?
turned the zombie tropes on its head because you couldn't
did.
just shoot him in the head to kill him.
No.
They had to burn him or electrocute him.
Yep.
Night of the Creeps, again, another one that kind of turned the zombie genre on its head, or the tropes, with the zombies being made from alien
I
slugs.
was going to say slugs.
And the whole thing with your dates are here,
Yes.
but they're dead.
In his prom.
Yeah, and again, the comedy elements there. I think the special effects on both are equally
Yep.
impressive.
And the fact that on oh my goodness, what was the name of the second one? I had my brain just went
Return of the
blank.
Living Dead or Night of the Creeps?
Yeah, Night of the Creeps. I'm sorry, my brain just.
No, you're
went
fine.
blank.
We covered a lot.
But yeah, Night of the Creeps. The fact that like the dead guys show up and there's zombies and the girls don't even notice.
No.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's just it's just deliciously funny.
It is,
And
it is.
I think it's Tom Atkins, who's in every horror film in the '80s as the cop.
Right.
He's great in it. By the way, hey Logan, welcome. I'm glad you're with us. Logan picked Evil Dead too.
Did he? Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
So I'm gonna let you pick this one, Brenda, because I know how much you love Night of the Creeps.
I was gonna say I think I'm gonna get some hate here, but it's got to be Night of the Creeps.
Anybody who hates it
Yeah.
has not seen Night of the Creeps.
Yeah, because I could just watch that movie over and over. It's just it doesn't take itself too seriously, and not that Night of the Living Dead does either, but it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Yep. There's a mistake here. This is supposed to be Critters, not Critters 2, and then Gremlins.
Okay. That makes it easier.
Yeah. So the first Critter. Oh no, did you pick Critters 2? Didn't you? It is Critters 2.
It is Critters
Yeah,
2,
and
and
I
that
think you
makes it
picked that because
harder.
they both are attacking the towns.
Okay.
So no, it is Critters 2 and Gremlins, because I do think Critters 2 is as good as Critters 1. It just got a
I think
different
Critters
taste.
2 is better than Critters 1.
Oh really?
I do.
Okay,
I think Critters
okay.
2 is better.
Okay.
I think. Well, I don't want to give too much. Do we have Critters 1 on here?
No, we
Okay,
didn't pick Critters
okay.
1.
Okay.
Critters is about space porcupines.
Okay. Right.
And the
Oh, there's porcupines.
I think well, they're called krites, right?
Oh, you're right.
And there's two elements to it. One, you've got these really cool, unique critters that eat people, and then you've got the bounty hunters hunting them, which is cool, which are shapeshifters.
Yep.
And then Gremlins. I mean, if you don't know the story of Gremlins, I don't think that's just your. Gremlins is so iconic. If you don't know
Under a rock.
Gremlins, yeah.
No offense.
Yeah. So, by the way, Gizmo was supposed to become evil,
Yeah.
and they changed that.
That's crazy. I'm glad that he didn't.
Yeah.
Gizmo's iconic for being good.
Yeah. and it's spawned an amazing sequel, which I think is as good as the first.
I was going to say we wouldn't have got Rambo.
We got Rambo,
Yeah.
Rambo Gizmo.
Yeah, exactly. If he went bad, you
Yeah.
know.
That's right. We wouldn't have had that.
Maybe Terminator Gizmo.
Yeah, Terminator Gizmo. Yeah, I would say Gremlins on that one, Brandy. What would you say?
This is tough. I want to say Gremlins. Yeah, it's Gremlins.
I was going to be shocked if you didn't pick Gremlins.
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, it's, again, great
Critters
movie.
2 is one of my favorites.
Right. You think I killed you with that one? Ghostbusters versus Beetlejuice.
I didn't anticipate these being so hard.
So, I did not like the Beetlejuice sequel.
Yeah.
I did not. I do like the Ghostbusters sequel. I think it's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I did not like the 2016 reboot. I don't think anybody did.
No.
Afterlife was okay. It was more member berries.
Right.
I have yet to see the one with the Frozen one.
It was not as good
Yeah.
as the Afterlife.
So I Ghostbusters for me, just two movies I love, and I think I don't think the second one is as good as the first. I think it's a good sequel,
Right.
but unlike Aliens or Terminator 2 or Gremlins 2, it doesn't really. It takes the story the next step, but it's not as good as the first.
No, it's not.
Beetlejuice's sequel was terrible.
Yes,
Um,
correct.
too many stories. Too many stories running.
There
at the
was.
same
It
time.
was just too many, and like the wife storyline really didn't have a plot point. I mean,
No.
it didn't seem to do anything with the storyline.
And I'm sorry, guys. I know you're supposed to separate character from actor, but there was too much of the pedophile actor in it. Well, the character. I think they should just had him die.
Right.
It's like they did 3 movies. They did the Beetlejuice movie.
That
they did
was
the
the husband, right?
Yeah.
The husband of
They
the,
did her story,
stepmother.
and then they
Yeah.
did the story, which should have been the whole story, which was her falling in love with the ghost.
Right.
That should have been the whole story, and then they should have done like the Beetlejuice cartoon, where she goes to enlist Beetlejuice's help, and they kind of go on a buddy cop thing, and it just felt very confused, very messy. But that's the sequel. The first one is fucking
Phenomenal.
classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is the ghost with the most, or the ghost, or those that bust the ghosts?
So for me, it would have to be Ghostbusters.
I agree.
Yeah,
As much as I love Michael
such
Keaton,
a
my
hard
favorite
call.
actor, because
It's
it's
such a hard call.
I mean, Ghostbusters literally became like a pop icon.
Oh, it is.
Beetlejuice is an icon, but if you show the Ghostbusters emblem and Beetlejuice, most people get it's almost like a Superman emblem.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and
I mean,
it is funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say the
Just
fandom
every-
was the
yeah,
word I was
fandom
looking
is
for. The fandom.
huge. You guys
that
need to-
was the word I was looking
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
There's a documentary called Ghost Heads. Everybody
Yeah.
needs to check out, which talks about the fandom. It's a
Right.
phenomenal documentary. Also, I think there's one called Cleaning Up the Town.
Okay.
I think it's called that. Hold on a second. That's really good. But that talks about the movies. The Ghost Heads talks about the fandom.
Okay.
All right. This one, Brandon, I hated doing because these films are not in any way, shape, or form equal
But
to
it's
each other.
easier. I like it.
All right, so Saw,
For me, it's easier.
people are basically tortured because of their evil deeds. Spawned a huge franchise. It's still going on today. Jigsaw is super well known. Scream, Wes Craven basically brought back the slasher with Scream. And not only did that, but films now copy Scream, I think, more than they copy even
original
Halloween and
slashers,
Friday.
yeah. Yep.
So I'm going to let you, what's your thoughts on these, Brandy?
I think they're both good. I think Saw really had you did not know where that movie was going.
Yeah.
You watch that whole thing and you're just like, oh, this is crazy. And then you're like, oh, and I mean, I feel like that one's been out long enough that we could spoil.
Oh, yeah,
it,
spoil
but-
away. Yeah,
Yeah,
we gave
so
a
at
warning.
the end you find out that the dead guy in the room is actually the
Great ending.
Yes,
Great
it's actually
ending.
the killer. So it's like if you haven't seen that is just crazy, and now it's spoiled for you, and I apologize for that.
But that has that
that was
seven.
different.
As far as great movie endings, that Seven, The Mist,
Yeah.
The original Planet of the Apes have great endings.
Right.
Go ahead.
It
I'm
was
sorry, Brandon.
just a complete twist. I mean, you expect twists in movies, but that was just it. Like I did not see it coming.
Yeah.
With that being said, then you have Scream, which just reinvented the horror genre, the slasher genre. Just being so meta. you
Yes.
know,
I think it's the first real meta horror
Oh,
film.
it is so, and it just dug into it as they kept coming out. So it is unequivocally for me Scream.
Okay, I agree with you only because I do think that if Scream had not been a big of a success, you wouldn't have a Saw.
No, I agree.
Even though Saw again,
Yeah.
totally original, totally again, it was an original
Yeah.
concept, and Scream was in the sense that it became a meta horror film, but keeping the horror film elements to it. I agree with
Scream
you.
was one of the first ones. I'm sure that somebody could pull out one from before where you have two slashers.
Yes.
Yeah, which is very different.
The
than your
fan
normal
theory is the
slasher.
father was also involved.
Oh, really?
That's the fan theory because you don't see him, and he was kind of orchestrating everything.
Interesting.
But I don't know.
There are a lot of fan theories.
Yeah.
Mr. Scream.
Yeah, like this. That Saw's the Jigsaw is actually Kevin McAllister from Home Alone.
And then a lot of people believe Billy and Stu were lovers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the two original killers. They believe, because why would Stu go along with Billy if there wasn't more?
Right.
There?
I thought they were brothers. They weren't. They're
No,
friends.
They were friends.
He's coming back Stu's coming back for the next one.
I know. I'm
But
like,
didn't he die?
Well, that's what they said, like in the first one, and I don't remember it being left open ended. I thought I remembered
thought so
him
too, yeah.
dying. But that's what they were saying is that it was left open ended and that they are bringing him back. So I have to go. And I just watched Scream like this last month, and I didn't see that, but.
Yeah,
gotta go
I was
watch
excited. Drew Barrymore got killed. I'm just kidding, guys. joking. All right, so this one, for me, these two are the best of the franchise. One of them started it, and I think one of them reinvigorated because the second one is terrible. But Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Freddy Krueger, one of the most iconic horror monsters out there. Changed the slasher because now you have someone in your dreams, which I think is a terrifying concept.
It is.
And if you think about it, I wonder if it affected the Wachowski brothers, sisters now, but because the Matrix is basically kind of similar. They're in the dream world, and this thing is keeping them in the dream world.
Right.
I hate when they bring Freddy out into the real world because I think it diminishes his character.
I agree.
But I think the first one, horror, the second one, a horror comedy. I think that's also when the horror comedy really started. What's your thoughts, Brandy?
I like both of them. The first one, I just remember watching it as a kid and thinking it's terrifying. The third one, I can just remember watching it and kind of wanting to be the kids. You know, the kids in the...
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to say a Sane Asylum, but what would you call it?
No, it's Sane Asylum.
Okay, yeah. So
Halfway House is Sane Asylum.
Yeah, because they all seem so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was more... I always tell Rob, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is kind of like the Aliens of the Nightmare on Elm Street because it goes more on the action side, and it definitely a lot more comedy.
Right. So 3 is one of my favorites, but I think I have to give it to 1.
Here's where Rob gets his revenge. Jason Lives versus Halloween 4.
Yep.
For me, the only two Halloween movies, the first and second.
Yep.
Because they kill him. That's when they start adding the supernatural cult thing, which I freaking hate. Rob and I agree that I think 1 through 4 is, to me, the Jason story. But I think it was 4 that reinvigorated the franchise. And this Jason Lives is the one that actually brought... Was that the one that brought Jason back as Jason? It wasn't Tommy. Yeah.
Yep.
Or not Tommy, the other guy. Whatever his name is, Victor or whatever.
Well, Tommy's in it.
Yeah, but Victor's the bad guy, right? He's the Jason character in that one. I think it's Victor in it. That's the guy whose kid dies.
No, are you talking about this one? 6?
No. Talking about the one before that.
The one before. Yes.
Yeah.
It's where the Jason cosplayer. Yeah.
I really believe their intention was to have Jason die in the 4th one and have a new killer take his mantle, which I don't think was a bad idea. Rob
and it was
thinks
kind of like the Scream thing. You know,
yes.
That's what they're trying to do is what Scream ended up doing. But it does not work for Friday the 13th.
No.
It does not, because Jason is iconic.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I would... My preference, I would have preferred a different Jason over the supernatural element. But then when you start hearing about the whole Deadite thing, it does make it more interesting. Halloween, I don't think the Halloween films hold a candle to the Jason films after the first one. I even think Halloween 2 is not as good as Friday the 13th Part 2. I don't think it's as good. Yeah,
I agree with
I think
that.
it's just basically... it. So I think that Friday the 13th copied the first Halloween movie, but then Halloween copied the Friday the 13th movie after that.
Right.
So I would say Jason.
Yeah. Oh, no, on this one I would say Jason. On Part 4, I do love... The reason Part 4 is on here is because I love Part 4 because it's where they brought Michael Myers back after Part 3, which was where they were trying to do the anthology thing.
Right. No, they kind of brought it back.
And they brought him back, and then it was Jamie and Rachel were the storyline.
Right. The little girl, right?
Yeah, and I was like the same age as Jamie, so I just, I really loved Part 4.
Yeah.
Part 6 of Jason is probably my favorite Jason.
Mine's 7.
Yeah, the only thing that when I was rewatching Part 6, it is at summer camp and they're all wearing coats, and that annoyed me.
Yeah.
Because they said they were filming in Georgia during the cold weather, but they're supposed to be at summer camp. And I told Rob they should have just made it a fall camp. Like all these kids were just there
like they
for
were
the
cleaning
fall,
up to get the camp
something
ready.
Like that,
yeah.
But I'm like, if they had to wear coats, they had to wear coats, fine. But just change. Don't have it July and everybody has on a coat. And they have fires going, like not campfires, like fires in the cabin. So that irritated me, but still, it's probably my favorite Jason movie.
I think after I do appreciate what they try to do with 4 and 5 with the little girl who's the niece, which is the niece. I do, but again, it was a rehash, and the problem was so was Jason, but Jason rehashed better.
Right.
All right, here's the one I know because I know you hate this movie. The Shining versus Poltergeist. The reason why I put these two together is they're very simply haunted house stories done very well. Steven Spielberg, I don't think it was Tobe Hooper, Tube Hopper, or whatever his name is. I think that Steven Spielberg directed Poltergeist. But Poltergeist is a family story about a family overcoming an evil, which I think is beautiful. I don't think you see those kind of stories anymore. And the sequel was equally good, where you had the father kind of conflicted as, can he be the protector provider anymore, and they introduced the Reverend character.
Right.
Which is, The Shining is a masterpiece to me. It's probably in my top 5. It would be number 2, minimally number 2. I think Godfather would be number 1. The reason why I like it so much is not just Jack Nicholson's performance and Shelley Duvall's performance and the whole supernatural element, but the idea that the star of the film isn't Jack, it's the house, the
Right.
hotel, to the point where for many years people thought there were continuity issues, but they weren't. It was designed to show that the house wasn't just haunting them, it was literally haunting the audience, because it kept changing things around. And with the impossible windows and all that, and the parallels to the fact that it's built on Indian burial ground, and there's been parallels to genocide of the Indians and then the Holocaust. It's one of the most talked about movies to this day, and it didn't do that well, I don't think, when it first came out. Stephen King hated it when it first came out. In fact, Stanley Kubrick was such an asshole about it. I think the car, the Volkswagen Brandy, is red in the book, and he changed it to yellow, but there's a scene where you see a red Volkswagen in a car accident crushed by a truck. But Kubrick almost drove Shelley Duvall crazy in this film. He was terrible to her.
I mean, just in general, I think he's a mean director.
No,
yeah,
he is one of those horrible directors that makes really good films, but yeah, I would never want to. I would want to make films that look like Kubrick's and feel like Kubrick's. I would not want to direct like Kubrick.
Right.
Spielberg is a genius. I don't know so much anymore. I think he's I think everyone has an expiration date.
Yes.
And I think Spielberg may have hit it. Of course, Kubrick passed, but even his other films, Eyes Wide Shut, Full Metal Jacket, were really, really good. Of course, Full Metal Jacket, the first part of the film, is the better part. But what's your thoughts, Brandy?
So I don't like The Shining. I think I'm with Stephen King on this, that they make Jack Nicholson be crazy from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
You think that he's crazy. You think that this guy could, do the things without a house. And that's the problem. Yeah. For me, he should have been a normal guy that was just salt of the earth. And then the house does this to him,
right,
versus him going in already,
Yeah,
BSC.
Kubrick went the direction almost like his spirit is always attached to the house, and maybe they keep reincarnating him. Where in the book, it's a father who's got an alcohol addiction who struggles, and the house starts to corrupt him. And then at the end, there's kind of a redemption arc. There's no redemption arc in this one.
I just see The Shining as a movie that takes itself way too seriously.
Oh, it does.
I don't like it.
It insists upon itself.
Yes, it does. It does.
I love The Shining, so I'm going to let you pick this one. I got to take myself out because The Shining.
I mean, I would say Poltergeist, just because it's so watchable.
All right. You gave me Event Horizon.
So
I'm
this
giving
one
you
I'm gonna
Poltergeist.
take. Yep. And I'm sorry, Ron, because I know it's The Shining.
Yeah, it's one of my
funny
top
because
movies.
I went back and watched The Thing, and I really had a new appreciation for The Thing. I went back and watched The Shining, and I'm like, yep, I'm right.
Nope.
So
Yeah, I literally have watched The Shining probably 100 and some odd times. Every time I watch, I find something different. But I did a default, so you do a default.
Okay.
I do think
Thank
Poltergeist, the family element is definitely much more hopeful.
Yeah.
And it's much more genuine.
And it's much more watchable.
Well, and also there's you do get the feeling that possibly Jack Nicholson's character is molesting his son.
Oh
and
yeah, and
abusing
the fact that we know that he beat him at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just such a horrible person. Like I'm so glad the house killed him.
Yeah.
Well,
he goes on.
I know,
you see
I
him in the
know.
picture at the end. All right. Two other these compared to Near Dark and 30 Days of Night, these are the more I don't want to call them lightweight, but they're the more
better.
Just say better, entertaining.
They're better.
They're entertaining.
They're both better.
Lost Boys, I mean, just freaking if Corey Feldman wasn't in this, it'd be a perfect movie.
Yeah.
Fright Night, one of the best comedy vampire movies out there, while still being quite terrifying, with Chris Sarandon being one of the third best Dracula. Even though I don't know if he's technically Dracula.
Yeah.
I think the guy who played Dracula in Monster Squad is number 1. The guy who played Dracula in Van Helsing number 2, and Chris Sarandon number 3. But the Lost Boys, for the time, was very relatable.
Yes.
More so than Fright Night in the sense that it was you wanted to belong to a group of people. Where Fright Night's basically the geek sees something evil happen and has to recruit. But Roddy McDowall was so fucking awesome in Fright Night.
Yeah, he was so good.
This is a tough one because I know what my pick would be. What would your pick be,
Right.
Brandy?
Well, I just want to say, like the Lost Boys, I know you say Corey Feldman, but even it made Corey Feldman look good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he did not
because
look,
the director. Yeah.
But I do have a preference here. My preference would be Fright Night.
I love you to death.
Oh,
Awesome. And by the way, Corey Haim, we talked about this. Corey Haim was more of a star than Corey Feldman.
Yes.
Corey Haim is excellent in this film.
Oh, well, I feel like Corey Feldman in The Lost Boys was just a side character.
That's all he was.
I mean,
Anybody could have played that part.
Anybody could have played that part. I mean, the only reason, because it was the two brothers, and nobody thinks of the second brother, and they wouldn't have thought of Corey Feldman if he hadn't been Corey Feldman. That was definitely just a, just a a nominal role.
Corey Haim played his part perfectly. Corey Feldman could have been replaced. All right, so Abigail and Let Me In. So Let Me In is my favorite vampire movie of all time. It stars Chloe Moretz. It is a English version or a westernized version of the Let the Right One In, which is this is the first time I'll say I did not like the European version because it made the kid, the boy, more evil. Where this one is the corruption of innocence. You get a feeling that the boy was evil, and they do a little bit more than I like with the because it is about a young girl. Do a little bit more take a little more risks, if you know what I mean, with the young character. I don't like that. Okay. This one is left more to your imagination, but phenomenal movie about a girl who moves into, you think she's a girl, she's not, moves into a duplex with a little boy who's being severely bullied. They become friends. She has an older caretaker. You find out that the older caretaker was a child at one point, and so she's just basically looking for another Renfield. Okay. So they create this false sense of hope with these two characters, but in the end, you realize that she's evil and she's doing the same thing to him that she did to this older character who eventually dies for her, because eventually there can't be a romance because the guy's going to age past what she looks like.
Right.
And of course she's not, she says it very clearly, she's not a girl. So you don't know if you don't know what kind of vampire she is. There is an extended scene, which is, I'm glad they cut it out. It's way too intense. But anyway, but it really is, for me, one of the most disturbing films because it shows the absolute corruption of innocence and how innocence can be a shield of pure evil. The whole idea of, the almost the devil being the former angel of light. This creature masquerades as what we would see as a young girl who's looks very pure and all that. Abigail is absolutely awesome. I call it it feels like a Hammer vampire film. Have you seen Abigail?
I have seen Abigail, and I was going to say
Love
maybe
that
I'm
movie.
with you at 90% on the movies I've seen because I have not seen. Is it Let the Right One In?
Let me in.
Let Me In.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
Okay.
So.
Abigail is phenomenal. The little girl is absolutely the key to that.
She is.
It takes, again, very scary vampire film, but a lot of humor in it. And they kind of explore some new things with vampire powers. If you like Ready or Not, you need to see Ready or Not because they're very similar in that in the way they play each other. There is a girl boss character, but they don't do it woke style. So I don't know. I like them both, Brandy.
I'm going to defer to you because I haven't seen the first one.
I got to do Let Me In only because it's so much more sophisticated. Yeah. But Abigail, please see Abigail. All of the movies on this list you need to watch.
Yes.
They're all amazing.
We all think they're good.
Yeah. I didn't know how to match this one up. The Entity is it's based on a true story, allegedly, about a woman who was actually not only physically but sexually abused by a ghost or demon or multiple demons. It's a frightening movie up until the third act where they kind of get a little sci-fi with it.
Okay.
And that kind of ruins it. Okay. She did move away from the house and she still experiences things. You don't know if it's, I mean, they play it in the movie as it's obviously supernatural, but I don't know if it was supernatural or if this woman suffers maybe from real multi-personality disorder,
Okay.
whatever they call that now. Carrie, Stephen King classic, telekinetic girl gets bullied. Very much a coming-of-the-age story. I think it definitely has... it's almost an allegory to puberty.
Mm-hmm.
Puberty. The mother is a religious nut.
Right.
You don't know if maybe whoever the husband was, could be a supernatural creature.
Right. You know something.
Something's
there's something
not right.
in the genetics.
Which
Yeah.
made her go to. I am one of the few people that hate this movie because I
hate
think
it
it's
too.
terribly edited.
I hate Carrie.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, I
Everyone
hate
gets.
Carrie.
I think it's poorly acted.
Yeah.
It's goofy.
I agree.
It's
I
one of
think
Stephen
that
King's
acting's
worst.
Horrible.
Yeah, I would watch Langoliers before I'd watch Carrie.
Oh yeah,
that shows you how
same.
bad.
Same.
So-
and I actually like the Langoliers.
Yeah, well, except for the if it wasn't for the stupid CGI, it was actually a pretty good story.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, I think so. We used to watch that movie all the time when I was a kid. So
Yeah.
it has
I
a
wish
special place in my heart.
I wish they would redo it now because now they have the technology.
Right, yeah.
So I'm going to go with The Entity.
Okay, that
I think,
sounds
and
good
I
to
think
me.
it's a genuinely scary movie too. I don't know if you agree, but I
I
think
haven't seen the entity, but I know I hate Carrie.
Right.
So anything would be Carrie.
Silver
maybe The
Bullet or Fright Night 2.
Ooh.
This is, I think, Corey Haim's best movie. I love Silver Bullet. I love the family element. It's when Gary Busey was still somewhat sane. I love that it takes place on Halloween, so it's definitely a Halloween movie. I think the werewolf effect is great. I love the fact that the Reverend is the werewolf, which, again, you take the character supposed to represent good and light and make him the bad guy. Fright Night 2 is hilarious. It's a very good sequel. I think it's as good as the first movie. They do have a werewolf character in there. A little bit more risque, a little bit more on there's a little bit more on the spiciness of
Yeah.
it. But I don't know. What do you? I've seen Silver Bullet probably 100 times. Fright Night you cannot get unless you buy it on physical media. By the way,
Right.
I just bought it.
Fright Night 2 was streaming on YouTube for free.
Oh, really?
That was the only place I could find it.
I know I had to buy a Blu-ray of it.
Yeah, I just watched it and it was on YouTube. And
Yeah.
I had to Google it. I found it on Reddit. They're like, go to YouTube and it's on there. So it was streaming for free, like
on YouTube, but you can't get it on Amazon or anything else.
No streaming
Yeah.
services. And they say it's because of the Mendez brothers.
Oh, is it?
Yes, because their dad owned the company that produced that movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The Mendez brother killed their dad and their mom.
Yeah.
So that tied all that stuff up. So that's why that one is not in distribution.
This is why we have Brandy on the show, folks. She brings
Yeah, and I
a
was
whole
like,
nubba
yeah.
level.
Yeah, so I was like, because when I read it, it said that there was like a murder involved. I'm like, murder?
Yeah.
And I read and I was like, Mendez, not those Mendez, but it is those Mendez.
Wow, I did
Yeah.
not know that,
It's
Brandon. That's
crazy.
really
Yeah,
that's all right. So, what's your thoughts? What would you?
So I love both of these movies, but it's got to be Silver Bullet.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. I picked these because these are both situations where people are trapped in cars.
Yep.
So Cujo,
It works.
again, one of Stephen King's better movies. I love the whole backstory of them having to tie the dog's tail down because the dog was such a good dog, kept wagging its tail. All practical effects. It was done in the heat. Dee Wallace looks like she's truly suffering. It is an uncomfortable movie to watch. It is a painful movie to watch. The monster is about a mother and daughter. The mother is abusive. They're kind of estranged. They end up on a road. A monster attacks the car. They don't explain why the monster attacks the car. It's basically, a couple people come to help, but they get wiped out. And she has to go head-to-head with the monster. I don't want to spoil it for you because it's really good. It's an indie film. But I do think they're both equal with each other as far as the concept.
It's funny. These are both car movies.
Mm-hmm.
These are both, like some sort of animal, of
Yeah.
some sort, attacking, and both problematic moms.
Yes, yes. Although Dee Wallace is definitely a more likable character.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
Her character is. I just, the thing about Cujo that gives a little bit of edge for me is that it's something that could happen in real life. Like your dog could get rabies. Of course, they take it to the extreme, but it could happen where the dog that you love gets rabies and ends up turning on you.
So this is another movie I watched as a kid over and over. Like I only watched horror movies when I was a kid, and I watched a lot of them over and over.
You're raised right.
Yep, exactly. And Cujo made me scared to death of wildlife. I was like, is
Oh,
that
really?
squirrel rabbit?
Yeah.
Or is that squirrel rabbit? Is that rabbit rabbit? I don't even know if rabbits get races.
They do.
Okay. But just everything, you're like, oh, it's a weird animal. Is it going to be like Cujo? You know, because I think he gets it from rabbits, right? Oh,
No, he gets bit by a bat when he goes inside the
nest.
tunnel.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which,
but it would be Cujo for me.
Yeah, I love the monster, guys. I highly recommend watching it, but it is more of a slow burn, and I just think the performance of Dee Wallace, I think this is her best performance in Cujo. Absolutely. So, all right, again, this was a tough one, Brandy, but I had to go with inanimate objects that come to life. Okay. Christine versus Child's Play. Christine, of course, is a possessed car that's supposedly born evil, but then gets possessed by its owner's spirit. I don't know if that's the case. I think she's just born evil. I love the effect where they filmed it backwards with the car rebuilding itself. Mm-hmm. It's not really a scary movie at all. No. It's more of you're watching it for the characters and to see what happens. Mm-hmm. It's not scary. Child's Play, again, not scary. It's a doll. You can kick it. Doll, yeah. But I think Brad Dourif's performance as Chucky, I think it's funny. Mm-hmm. It was a unique concept. Well, kind of unique. I think Dolls did it before Child's Play.
I'm not sure which one did it.
But
there were like a lot of dummy. I feel like there were a couple.
Yeah, I don't think it was as, but it was the best. I think it's the best done of all of them. But Christine, I watched so much. Child's Play, I've seen twice.
Okay.
Multiple sequels from Child's Play, none from Christine. Thank God. I hope they don't remake it. What's your thoughts on those, Brandon?
So I think we'll probably be in disagreement on this one because I do not like Christine, and I do like Child's Play.
Okay.
So
I'm going to default to Child's Play only because I think that more people recognize Chucky than Christine. Yep. I don't think it's fair. That's a fair matchup.
I put Christine with
I think
Carrie.
film buffs would love Christine. I think your mainstream audience is going to say Child's Play all the time. I agree. Right. Oh man, you think I really Alien versus Terminator. So Alien, claustrophobic space movie. Yeah. It was actually created with the idea of the haunted house in space. Yeah. Geiger's conceptions were insane. The film is well acted. Mm-hmm. Rob and I saw us in the theater about 2 months ago. Except for them smoking in space, it would have held up against any movie today, probably better. Mm-hmm. Terminator, I know Rob disagrees with this. It's a serial killer that's a robot.
Yeah.
Terminator did scare me. Mm-hmm. Alien terrified me. They both have sequels that are as good or better than the first. What's your thoughts, Brandy?
I like both, but I would have to my favorite would be Alien.
Agreed. I don't think you. Yeah, it doesn't hold a candle.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ready or Not is a really cool dark comedy horror. Have you seen it?
I have.
I love that. Anyway, a young girl thinks she's getting married. Ends up they have to play this game for her to be accepted because if they don't, the family made a deal with the devil. A lot of accidental kills in it, which is hilarious. Yeah. That doesn't get old either.
No, it does not.
And then it goes into full on kind of.
It's like if you are a servant and
you're dying, you're a red shirt. You're a red
dying
shirt.
Accidentally, not on purpose.
You're a red shirt.
Yep.
And then the other one was, what was that movie called, Brady? What's this one called again?
Better Watch Out. Right?
Better Watch Out, which was one of the better bait and switches where you think it's the sister and brother against a bad guy, and you find out that he's basically evil Kevin McAllister.
Yep, absolutely.
They even do the paint can scene.
And they're not brother and sister, it's babysitter. And
that's right.
It's babysitter.
And it has a tremendous ending. Yeah. It has a really kind of, you don't know, and you never know what the ending's going to be. It's really, and it's definitely more indie feel, but it looks great.
It has a little bit of the comedy element, or maybe a lot of comedy element to it.
I think it's less than Ready or Not, though. Huh? I think Ready or Not has more comedy.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But
no, you know what? They both do.
They both got equal?
Yeah, they both do.
And this, Rob, this is a Christmas movie.
I think it does have less.
This would be a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
Definitely Christmas. What's your thoughts, Brandy?
That's tough. I think my favorite would be Better Watch Out.
Okay, yep. I'm going to give you that one. Okay. My favorite is Ready or Not.
Yep.
But I will give I will give you that one because I think the twist and the ending are much more horror oriented. Where Ready or Not, again, you get that kind of hopeful ending, and that kind of diminishes points on the horror scale.
And I would say for what that movie is, the acting is really good.
Oh yeah, agreed.
You know, I wouldn't expect it to be like the kid is super convincing as
he does great. Yeah.
He's like Bateman,
you
know.
Yeah, it's Kevin McAllister who went evil. Yes. Everyone wanted to see what it looked like. That's what you get to see what Kevin McAllister would look like if he was evil. All right, Trick or Treat. See, this is kind of completely off base because one's an anthology series, and one is just basically a remake of a B movie, ghost movie, which is really terrible. It was when the whole 3D glass thing. But I love both. 13 Ghosts. I think the remake is amazing. It's not really scary, but the 13 Ghosts. The thing about this movie is it left me wanting more. I wanted to know about the 13 Ghosts. Right. Trick or Treat is nearly flawless. I love it, the way it interweaves. The stories are all excellent. My favorite is the girl who gets bullied and the ghost children because it ties in at the end. Sam is one of my favorite. Got him up there. Sam is one of my favorite horror icons because he's cute and absolutely terrifying at the same time.
But he has rules, which is really kind of fun. That as long as you follow the rules of Halloween,
he's not a bad guy.
Sam's not coming for you.
No, he is what like the angel of death or a wraith. He's a spirit of vengeance. He's not going to mess with you as long as you follow the rules.
I think my favorite scene, and the guy gets his comeuppance, but is when he stabs the guy and he hits the candy, and he's like, "Okay, I'm not going to kill you because you gave me a piece of candy." Yeah. And then that guy gets got by the kids he killed, but which is good. I mean, not good.
That was whole thing. That whole story is so tragic. Right, it really is heartbreaking.
I mean, that guy, you're like, oh, he's evil. Like, why didn't Sam take him? But yeah, I like that. Where Sam's like, okay, well, you met my rule. You gave me candy.
What would you say? Trick or Treat?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%.
Trick or Treat is probably...
That was probably the easiest one.
If I was to do my top 5 Halloween movies, it would be in the top 5, without doubt. All right, next up is... What was this one again, Brandy?
That is Hell House, LLC. You
versus
guys
Scream
should watch this
6,
movie.
right? Go ahead. I'm going to let you take this one, Brandy.
Yeah, so this movie is what brought me back to the found footage movies, because I told you I hated Blair Witch, and then I watched Cloverfield and didn't like it, and then I watched Hell House LLC. I watched all of it. It has horrendous language, just FYI. It does. It's awful. But anyway, so I watched it, and then I watched all of them. I really liked them all, and that's when I went back and watched Cloverfield. And I'm like, okay, now I can appreciate this. But I love that movie. That movie's so good. It was done on approximately a $20,000 budget, and it is phenomenal. Especially for what it is, but I think it stands alone, even if it was a big budget movie. But it's so good.
What about Scream 4 or Scream 6?
Scream 6. So Scream 6 to me is either the best or second best in the franchise. Okay. The only competition is 1 for me with Scream. I mean, I love them all, but Scream 1 and Scream 6 are the best. And it's just it brings in new characters, and then it tells you it's bringing in new characters, and then it tells you it's keeping the old characters, and then it's telling you that, like, because it's so meta. Yeah. Like, they're telling you this as it goes, that they're going to have to kill off a main character in this movie. But anyway, and actually they didn't kill off a main character. That was in 5. But,
now, is 6 the one with the girl who plays Wednesday, Jenna Ortega? Okay.
Yes, correct.
I like her.
Yeah, and I spliced my
I used to like
together.
her. Yeah.
It's hard to keep them separated. Yeah. They're both so good.
I have not seen, for total transparency, I haven't seen either one of these, so this is your call.
I am going to go with Hell House LLC. Okay.
Based on what you said, now I want to see it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, again, I was running out of matches. Yep. Final Destination 2, which I do think is better than the first one. And Cannibal Holocaust, which is the most disgusting, gruesome movie. I think. I'm sorry.
Just move Final Destination over and call it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it. Yeah. So Final Destination, guys. Again, the Final Destination franchise again reinvented horror with the idea of just the way you think they're going to get killed, they get killed a completely different way.
And nobody will ride behind a log truck
ever again. I still don't do it. Yeah.
Change the way we drive.
And I think the rest of the sequels are rehashes, but even with the rehashes, they come up with unique things. But I do think it's becoming a bit of a tired concept because the idea of death being an invisible, being the reason why this is happening because they escape death. But I do think the second has been the first. Cannibal Holocaust, I think it's kind of like found footage, documentary style. Really, really hard movie to watch. And they actually... This is one of the films back in the day that got away with killing animals in the film. That's why because they're both so jarring. But I think definitely Final Destination 2.
I mean, I think Cannibal Holocaust is just an atrocity.
It's bad.
It's awful.
The Mist, which I know Brandy and Rob disagree with me, has one of the best
Worst ending.
Best
Worst
ending, best ending
Worst
ever.
ending.
Stephen,
Worst.
you know what's funny, Brandy? Stephen King, with The Shining, we talked about how much he didn't like Shining. He likes the ending of the movie
I
than his
know.
book.
And the funny thing is that Stephen King left the Mist ending open ending in the book.
This
He
one
didn't-
does not.
And
No.
so this is M. Night Shyamalan, right?
Yeah, no,
Is it
no,
no? Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, it's actually a friend of King who wanted to make this movie.
Okay, but in the ending, he makes his own ending, which is awful. It's the worst ending of every movie.
I love it.
I will not watch the movie again because of the ending.
I will tell you this. I've seen it probably a dozen times.
Ugh.
You have to be in the mood to watch this movie, just period. But I love the creature effects. I love the story. I love the fact that it shows how civilization can break down so quickly and people choose sides. And also The Mist is a very original story.
Yeah.
And you don't know what caused it. They don't really go, and I'm glad they keep it open. Against Aliens, which is the sequel to Alien.
Oh, good.
They really expound upon the lore. They brought the Queen Alien, which wasn't originally in any of Ridley Scott's plans to have the Queen Alien, because I don't know if you saw in the cut footage of Alien, the aliens actually take the human beings and turn them into eggs.
Okay.
Which I like Aliens version better. It was, for me, the first real solid version of action horror mixed together. It still was scary, but and Sigourney Weaver is absolutely amazing in this. Right. Michael Biehn, I think Michael Bihn's only role that he's better in is Tombstone. What do you think, Brandy?
Well, my two favorite movie genres are horror and action. So I got it both. So we're going to go with Aliens.
Despite my love for the ending of The Mist, I'd say Aliens. I mean, there's no way. It doesn't even stand against it.
It has a horrible.
Yeah, it doesn't even. But even with that, it doesn't stand. I mean, you can't put Alien against The Mist. So, Evil Dead 2, which is basically Evil Dead 1 done better. I swear by that. And I don't. Anybody who argues with me on that, because even Rob was mistaken. He thought that it was just the girlfriend and Ash, but it's not. The other 4 people or 6 people show up after they arrive, so it is the full crew again. But it basically, they said, we want to make it with better effects, and they upped the game. It's Alien. Evil Dead 2 is better than Evil Dead. The Dark, Brandy, I don't know if you've seen that one. It's an indie film where a young boy who's kidnapped by a cult leader and he's blinded by the cult leader, which is awful. They end up at a house and this zombie creature, female creature, exists there. Her father raped her and killed her. Okay. She comes back from the dead. They don't really explain why. Almost a Pet Cemetery thing. And she befriends this young boy and ends up finding her humanity again, but she still has a hunger to eat people. So it's her trying to overcome her zombiness. The makeup is horrifying. She looks. But what's cool, Brandy, is, and I've never seen this film before, the makeup is horrifying, but the more you watch the film, the more you see past the makeup and you see her.
Okay.
I've never seen a film do that
crazy,
well before. Yeah. But I again, zombies. I didn't know what else to. Deadites are basically. Yeah. So I gotta. I mean, let me hear your thoughts. But I think we pretty much know what the winner of that one is.
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah. So, what's your Evil Dead 1 or Evil Dead 2? Which is better?
I don't know. I think Evil Dead 2 probably. I think that is a general consensus. I think almost 100% of people would say Evil Dead 2.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. The Fly. This is where I know this is. I wanted to put Godzilla -1 versus.
Godzilla -1.
Yeah, I wanted to put it up against Cloverfield, but again, it was. Yeah.
And see, that's interesting because I think of like Godzilla as not being horror, but
I think
Cloverfield as being horror, and they're kind of
similar creatures, I really didn't want to put a kaiju in here, but the problem is Godzilla -1 was so fucking good.
It's so good,
and especially the black and white guys. Get the black and white and get the subbed. But not dubbed. The Fly is one of the best body horror films ever made. Because The Thing is body horror, but The Fly goes full into it. It's Jeff Goldblum's best performance. I think it's Gina Davis' best performance. Godzilla -1 is the best Godzilla film out there. I love Shin Godzilla. Check that out too. But the reason why I love Godzilla -1 is just the story of the guy dealing with the PTSD and his own regret.
Yeah.
The only downside to the movie is the ending. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but the end, they went Disney with the ending. And I hated that. They went Disney with the ending, and they went with the whole, we're going to have a sequel. And it really should have ended with a sacrifice over.
No.
Yeah.
See,
and her surviving the nuclear blast.
I like Disney endings.
But not in horror,
I
Brandy.
think it's fine. I want my final girl to, to survive.
Yeah.
Like I'm good with that.
Well, but the thing that she, it was so realistic. Even I'm saying that for a Godzilla movie, but the ending when she gets hit with the nuclear blast, and you're like, oh, she survived, and like, oh, come on.
I know.
The Fly is really the effects. David Cronenberg's best film. What's your thoughts, Brandy? What would you do?
So The Fly was another one I watched over and over as a child.
Yeah, me too.
And I was in love with Jeff Goldblum, so that probably.
Confession Time.
Yeah, Confession Time. Yeah. So, and I don't know why.
Well, he was good looking back then. Yeah. He was a good looking geek.
Yeah,
he was the first.
That's
he was the
right.
first
He
chic
was.
geek.
He was like a
yeah.
chic geek.
Yeah, it was the first one.
And Godzilla -1 is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So if I take out the memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
The nostalgia, I think I had to go with -1.
See, on this one, as much as I love Godzilla, I think The Fly is so iconic.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're both.
And it's not
really
fair.
good.
It's not a fair comparison.
It is
That's
not
on
a fair
me.
comparison.
Yeah.
And I think that we could make the argument that Godzilla is only fringe horror.
It's not horror. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Kaiju movies. Maybe the first Godzilla when people first saw it.
Yeah.
All right. Now comes the difficult parts.
Okay.
All right. So now it's Train to Busan versus Event Horizon. Give me your case for your pick on this, because it might be the same as mine.
I would say Train to Busan because it's just so good. It's entertaining. It's fast action. It's a pretty long movie, but it doesn't feel like it is. And that's saying it when it has subtitles. You know what I mean? Like it's harder to watch a movie with subtitles in general, but you just don't even know you don't even realize the subtitles are there. You're just like. It's just a phenomenal movie.
Yeah. So I think Event Horizon is an amazing horror film in every aspect, but I'm going to go with you because I just love the father-daughter element. Yep. I really love that story.
And the production quality on both of these movies is impeccable.
Right.
So
I agree.
There's not an edge there for either.
I agree. All right.
Yep.
The Hitcher versus Cloverfield.
Hitcher.
Yeah, 100%. Not even a contest.
Yep.
The Thing versus Black Christmas.
The Thing.
Okay. American Werewolf in London versus Jaws.
See, this is easy. Jaws.
Yeah, I got to go with it.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I
feel
love
like all these are so much
Jaws.
easier than the original.
Yeah, Jaws. That's
Yep.
Halloween versus Near Dark.
Halloween. It has to be Halloween. And Halloween is iconic.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing it, because I think Near Dark is a better movie, but I do think it's more iconic. Evil Dead versus Night of the Creeps. This is going to be on you. Really?
It has to be Evil Dead.
I would have went Night of the Creeps.
Would you really?
Yeah. Because I really like the second one better. Gremlins. Oh my God. Gremlins versus Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Really?
Yes.
Brandy. Wow. I agree, but wow. Scream versus Nightmare.
It's Scream.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Only because the meta element.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason Lives versus Poltergeist.
Jason Lives.
Come on, Brandy.
It's
versus
Jason Lives.
Poltergeist?
It's Jason Lives. So who do you see people like when people think of horror movies? Do they think of Jason, or do they think of like what was her name? What was the little girl's name?
Carol Ann.
Carol Ann. No, you think of Jason.
All right, this is going to be your. I'm going to get a bye. So this is your bye because I think Poltergeist, but I'm going to give you this bye.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Fright Night versus Let Me In.
Fright Night.
Yeah, I love Let Me In,
Yeah.
but Entity versus Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Cujo versus Child's Play.
Cujo.
Yep, agreed. Alien versus... Yeah,
Alien.
come on, yeah. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. Trick or Treat versus Hell House.
Trick or Treat.
I love you. That's great. Final Destination versus Alien. Aliens.
Oh, Alien. Aliens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Evil Dead 2 versus The Fly.
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, 100%. All right.
Wow, that was so
That
easy.
was easy.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's going to get tougher.
It's going to get tougher.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That one was a Train to Busan or The Hitcher.
It's got to be Hitcher.
I love you. That's 100%.
Yep.
But I am happy it made it this far.
I am too.
Yeah.
Hopefully people watch it because when you have films, foreign language films, they don't get as much love.
Yeah, I hate zombie movies. I hate them,
Yeah.
but I love the. I think the storytelling and it's just very genuine. All right, The Thing versus Jaws.
I would say Jaws, but I'll defer.
I'll get
This
this
will
one.
be your,
Yeah, okay,
you
I'll
this
get
one.
that. The Thing. All right. Halloween versus Evil Dead.
Halloween.
I agree because I still like the second one better. Ghostbusters versus Scream.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, unfortunately. Jason versus Fright Night.
I'm so sorry, Rob. It's Fright
Yeah,
Night.
I agree. Silver Bullet versus Cujo. Well, at least we got dogs fighting each
It's
other.
Silver Bullet.
Yeah, agreed. Yep.
Where do you... Oh, he's down there. Yep.
We said Silver Bullet and then Silver Bullet. Okay. Alien versus Trick or Treat. Oh. It's gotta be Alien.
And I was thinking it has to be Trick or Treat. But yeah, it has to be Alien.
No, you know what? No, I love Trick or Treat. I'm giving you that one. Alien should win, but we both love. That's you and I. That's our joint buy.
I know.
That's our joint buy.
Yeah.
Aliens versus Evil Dead 2. Oh my god.
Got to be Alien.
Yeah. Sorry guys.
Yeah.
Hitcher versus The Thing.
Hitcher. But you could have a win here. You could. I mean, you could take it.
No, I'm so torn. I'm going the Hitcher. I know. It's just such a fucking good movie.
Yep.
All right. Halloween versus Ghostbusters.
It's Ghostbusters.
You really think so?
It's Ghostbusters.
All right. Fright Night versus Silver Bullet.
It's Fright Night. Ron, you're not agreeing with me, are you?
No, they're just so damn good, both of them.
I know they are.
I'm giving it to Fright Night because
Okay.
Roddy McDowell. I have to because Roddy McDowell. Trick or Treat versus Aliens.
It's Aliens.
Yeah, Trick. We gave Sam. We
I know,
gave
we
you as
gave
much
you
as we
one
could.
bye.
We gave you as much as we could. Okay, so it's Alien versus Fright Night and Ghostbusters versus The Hitcher.
It's Ghostbusters.
Holy shit! Oh, I don't know. I think The Hitcher's better.
It's Ghostbusters. What do y'all think, guys?
Let's go down to the next one. Fright Night versus Alien.
It's Fright Night.
You what?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh wow. All right, let's think. So Roddy McDowell, comedy, Chris Sarandon, great special effects, but this is so epic, Brandy.
I know.
So the only way to do this is to let you pick one and me pick one. I think that's the fairest to do.
So
which no, I'm ladies first. Which one do you want to pick?
So I got to think, which one of these four am I going to...
Because these are going to be the two in the finals. So
Oh, God.
So-
So for me, it's going to be between Ghostbusters and Fright Night.
okay, so no, but which one do you want to? So do you want to pick this one?
That's what I got to figure
Yeah,
out
yeah.
which tier I want to pick. Do I want to pick... I'll pick Ghostbusters.
Okay. So all right, I'm gonna go Aliens.
Oh.
I'm gonna go Aliens. All right, this is the, oh my god. Good. Talk about two fucking jobs. Because reality is both of them had huge box offices.
Yeah.
They did huge numbers. They're phenomenal films. One's a horror action, one's a horror comedy.
And they both have incredible fandoms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course, I'm still thinking Ghostbusters, just general fandom is larger.
Yeah.
But
So Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies of all time.
oh yeah, mine
Yeah,
too.
by far.
Yeah.
And I love
It's flawless.
it so much.
It's flawless.
And I watch it over and over, and I've only seen Aliens once.
I think I've seen them both probably equally, but
But I do see the argument where Aliens is definitely more horror.
yeah.
Although I would say that A Big Stay Puft is also horror.
I think if we were just to go straight horror, I think it would be Aliens. I think if you were to go to rewatchability, it's Ghostbusters.
I do too.
I think if you go iconic,
It's Aliens.
no, I think it's Ghostbusters.
You do still think
Yeah.
it's Ghostbusters? Yeah.
I think the only thing here between these two, because they're very different films, is that if we were to do a true horror countdown, Aliens should be the winner.
I agree. But honestly, if we did a true horror, neither of these should be.
No.
You know
You're
what I
right. You're
mean?
right.
Like,
no.
'cause we
yeah.
should probably have Evil Dead versus Halloween.
Next year.
Yeah.
Next year we're gonna remove. We'll
of the-
remove all this. We'll move anything unless it's straight horror.
Horror, yeah.
But I still think Ghostbusters deserved getting as far as it did.
I do too.
Um,
I mean, it and Fright Night are my favorite on the list.
Yeah. But I mean, both your movies made it to the
Yep.
final round. I mean, Hitcher, my favorite movie, made it all the way here.
Awesome.
I think we have to go Aliens.
Okay.
So Aliens wins the first time we've done this.
Right.
But I do agree with Brandy. I think next time we do it, next Halloween, we're going to eliminate everything but straight horror movies.
Yes.
No horror comedies, just straight horror movies. Because although Fright Night would be a horror movie.
Yes.
What would you? We probably remove.
So if we were doing it again, I think we would probably remove Cloverfield.
Cloverfield would come off. I agree.
And then
We can't have any kaiju.
What about the Hitcher? Do you think it's legit horror?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, because serial killer Hiller.
Yep. All those are horror.
Tremors is still.
I mean, I can.
No, I think Tremors would need to come off too.
Yeah.
I don't know about these. I think these two would have to come off too.
Oh, the Gremlins and Critters.
Yeah.
I think Critters is a horror. I think Gremlins is probably not.
Yeah, but it's a Christmas movie.
I think Beetlejuice would have to come off.
Beetlejuice would have to come off.
Yeah.
I think that would be Alien. No, Alien is a true horror film.
Yep.
Terminator would not be there. Aliens would not be there.
Yeah.
These two are good.
So just a few.
Yeah, Godzilla minus one would have to come off too.
Yeah.
So but we may have some new ones too on there after we do our research. But so that was fun though, Brandy.
It was fun.
That was very fun.
It was fun. That second tier was the most fun.
Yes,
Like after
yeah.
we narrowed down the first ones, and then we had so many on that second that were just rapid fire.
Right.
That was a lot of fun.
I really appreciate Brandy being here. I can't wait till we do our Happy Meal one. It's gonna be fun. We've got 2 more weeks of horror. Next week we've got 1988, and then the week after that 1989. Then Rob and I are gonna move to different topics. I've got the calendar up on the Beyond Hero Productions page. By the way, please like, subscribe, and follow all of our channels. We've got Facebook, we've got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, formerly Twitter, and Rumble. Randy, thank you so much for joining us. I really had a good time with you.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So anyway, guys, we appreciate you. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and check us out next time. We'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat station, with the best horror films of 1988. Have a good one. Thanks, guys.
Bye.